Hello, Fabulous Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of August 2018, looking at life and love. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What an amazing month it is. We have a particularly important sky, especially as we are starting this month. We will be in eclipse season. An eclipse season is a time when it is that much easier to recognize the spiritual lessons playing out in our lives. And it helps us to get a little less caught up in the more mundane, more external elements of our lives, and instead focus on what it is that truly matters, what we're learning, and how it is that we can use whatever's transpiring to move towards greater love and greater wisdom. As part of this, we are in the middle of a series of 3 eclipses. They started last month, 2 last month. Now there's going to be 1 more this month, and that will bring the current eclipse season to a close. And this is going to be happening right around the 11th of the month. And it is a solar eclipse, a brand new start, fresh energy coming in. And for you, this is happening in a part of the sky that is considered your home in the sky. So part of what makes this particular eclipse so special is that it is happening hand in hand with Mercury, and it is also speaking with Jupiter as well. We are in Mercury retrograde season throughout this month. And so in many ways, what it is that awakens now for us, thanks to this eclipse, is not very likely going to be a huge surprise. It's not very likely going to be something that came out of nowhere. But chances are, especially in July and as we're starting the month, because it is Mercury retrograde season, it's like something that comes back around, but now grants us this sense of new energy, fresh energy at that. So this is a part of the sky that has to do with a few different things. It has to do with communications of all kind. Now this can include text messages and emails, or just spontaneously, synchronistically running into people. It is a part of the sky that speaks to being in the right place at the right time and meeting the right person. That really is what synchronicity is about, just finding these meaningful moments as you go about your neighborhood, doing your errands. These are going to be the spaces in which the power happens for you in your neighborhood and in any kind of networking event as well. In fact, if you get an opportunity to take any kind of short skill building workshop or a book signing, it is going to be these particular types of events that could be transformative beyond just what it is that you learn or experience in that moment. It seems that it is information that finds you now, that reaches into your heart and allows you to facilitate some sense of a fresh understanding, but also a fresh start for yourself. Now, siblings, cousins, neighbors, these types of people may very well figure into this time. Now, because of the way that Jupiter is speaking to this eclipse, it does suggest that there may be some heightened promises. It could be that we're being overly optimistic, but it can also be that we are having to look at our own fears. Now, ultimately, this will be a good thing. And remember, no matter what it is that transpires and no matter what it is that you do or seem to be choosing, you will get another chance. And that's going to happen as we move further into the month. Once it is that Mercury goes direct shortly after this eclipse, it is essentially going to be in this space, really like from the eclipse onward 2 weeks, that you are going to be experiencing Mercury coming back around in order to help you to make the most of the insights, the inspirations, and the conversations that you have right around this eclipse. Siblings, cousins, neighbors may very well facilitate some of the bigger opportunities for you that could come about. And even if it makes you, raise some of those fears, raise some of those questions, just know that especially when you are aligning with eclipses, you are aligning with a path towards greater love and greater wisdom. Now, what you do with any advice they give you, that's always up to you. But that is part of the mystery that is going to get you to that place of understanding that this eclipse wants to encourage within you. As we move 2 weeks after that, as we move later into the month, we have a powerful day happening. It's right around the 26th. Now, you give or take a day on either side, depending on where you are on the planet. Lots is going on right at that time. One of the things that is happening that is very powerful is a full moon. Now, this full moon has a different tone and a different energy from these earlier eclipses that we've had last month and the eclipse this month. The energy is a lot sweeter. It's a lot more stable. It's surprising, but in a way that feels very easy to incorporate and feels delightful even as well. So we have this full moon taking place at the very top of your sky. It is going to be speaking in harmony with Saturn, speaking in harmony with Uranus. I feel as I look at this that very likely there's going to be some sense of coming full circle where it comes to your career or social standing or your understanding of your life purpose. For some of you, this may be a time when you realize some big project or some goal you have is coming to a conclusion in a way that you feel really good about and in a way that ultimately will open up even more opportunities for you. For others of you, this is going to be a time of new opportunities, career-related opportunities. But because this is a full moon, it's not going to be something brand new necessarily, but very likely connected to people that you are already connected to. And for others of you, you may very well experience this energy more in alignment with life purpose. And that connection, that sense of alignment with life purpose tells me that you are able to embrace what it is that you feel that you are meant to do with a sense of self and a sense of certainty that I think you are actually going to enjoy. It's going to be easy to make changes at this time as you align yourself with what feels like the path that is right for you. Now, on the same day, Mars is going to go direct. So this is a really big deal. Mars has been retrograde at this point, retrograde for a full 2 months. And now here we are. Mars stands still in the sky at this eclipse. I do feel as I look at this that this is going to be a turning point for you, really, because this particular Mars retrograde season, much of it has been happening in 2 particular areas of the sky for you. So as I spoke about in the Mars retrograde special in the Superstar Space on my website, part of this Mars retrograde season was spent with Mars in fellow air sign Aquarius. But he's actually changing directions, actually standing still and moving forward in another part of the sky. And this part of the sky has to do with a few different things. So one of the things that it has to do with is intense understanding and a rebirth of sorts as well. I feel like you very likely are going to be finding some sense of being reborn in the best possible sense. And there's a real moment of awareness that happens for you where you realize where it is that you are now ready to change. It is as if you get a whole other perspective on something, whether it's been bothering you, whether it's been lingering, whether it's been hanging around. It is as if something within you is ready to move forward in your life and move forward in your energy, move forward in your heart with this clear sense of understanding. Now, intimacy may very well be part of this picture. And I say this for a few reasons. Yes, the Mars going direct, given where it's going direct in the sky. But the other part of this is on the same day, we have Pluto speaking with Venus. And so this to me magnifies the love-related energy, especially for you. Venus at this point and for the last 3 weeks of this month is going to be moving through fellow air sign Libra, which tends to be a particularly flirtatious and romantic part of your sky. You add this connection to Pluto, you add the fact that Mars is moving forward in a part of the sky that has to do with vulnerability. It has to do with feeling exposed and allowing yourself to be exposed. Well, what it tells me is that it is intimacy, the desire for intimacy or the experience of intimacy that is the basis of a catalyst for you in your life. For those of you open to meeting someone new, just keep in mind flirtations can be very powerful right around this full moon. It can feel like a very strong pull towards a particular person. And also keep in mind that even though there's not a lot of energy here that is necessarily saying long term, especially where it comes to love, there is energy here saying that you are opening on a heart level. You are feeling things very deeply. And what it is that you feel in some way will be part of a rebirth that will move you towards greater love than you've known before. If you are in an established bond, this to me speaks that much more strongly, especially this move of Mars. This to me is about that vulnerability. It is about allowing yourself to be known more deeply than you have before and being changed as a result. There's a sense with this energy, as I look at this, that you are wanting to know that what you have is a true heart connection, that you are loved and accepted. And the amazing thing at this time is you get clear. If that is the case where you are, then this can bring you that much closer to the person that you love and intensify the bond. If that is not the case, if you start to sense and if you start to realize that that isn't the case, then this can be a time of powerful change in that regard as well. What I love about this month for you, well, look, I just love Venus moving through this super compatible, super fun part of your sky. Yes, around the full moon, the energy does get kind of intense, but for the most part, as I look at this energy, it to me speaks to you having fun, even with the serious energy in the air. There's a sense now of you wanting to enjoy your life and believing that life is on your side, and it certainly is. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this each and every week by logging on to astrofabulous.com or nadiyashah.com. Sign up to be one of my superstars. Superstars get expanded, exclusive video scopes each and every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, and so much more in the superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.